So my name is John Katora. I felt like this was an important topic to share. So it was called 5 Things from Education to Help You Write Better Docs. It's a 5-minute talk. It's now 3 Things from Education to Help You Write Better Docs. I work for Appian Corporation. I'm a tech writer there. It's a low-code platform based in Reston, Virginia, if you're interested. My email's up there if you want a copy of this slide deck. So briefly, my background is really about 10 years in the educational community. As a tech writer, I consider myself to be an educator. I really hope you all do as well. I mean, that's the main purpose of the job, is to help people understand how to do their jobs better. The picture that you see up here is from the first school that I failed out of. It's about the only thing that I remember from it. It's never stop learning. Never stop learning, whether it be self-taught or school learning. This is something that I really took to heart, and one of the things that I'm really interested in is how we understand things, how we learn. So these lessons, I think, are helpful not just for education, but also for writing great docs. So lesson 1 is what's in it for me. This is a marketing thing. You've probably heard this before. The core point, though, is motivation is one of the biggest predictors of learning success, outside of any sort of environmental parameters that might be there. Good teachers will establish with them before diving into the body of the lesson. So that means before you even start talking about what you want to talk about, you need to establish why what somebody's going to find there and why it's important to them. People come to your docs because there's a motivating reason and there's a motivating belief that you have the answers for them. People are going to stop reading the docs if it's not clear on the page why they're there. So really important to establish this as early as possible in your documentation. Lesson 2, learning styles are a myth. I thought this was important to talk about. If anybody here is, I guess, between the ages of 18 and 45 or 50, you have felt this in your educational career. Learning styles became popular in the 70s. This is things like visual learning or auditory learning. You may have heard people say, I do better if I can see something, or I learn more when my nose is in a book. There's been a lot of study about this. There's really not data to back it up. And I think the important takeaway from the doc's perspective is write for anyone, not everyone. So worry less about what preference somebody might have to getting this information. Focus more on universal things that help everyone, like having clarity in your documentation, accuracy and purpose. Very important things to have. Last lesson I'll go over, just real quick, who understands who this person is? Okay. Those are my Gen Xers. Who here does not understand who that person is? Those are my millennials. Wonderful. Chunk your information. Chunking theory is a concept from George Miller in the 1950s. It comes from cognitive psychology. It's basically the hard transfer limit from short-term memory to long-term memory. He came up with this concept 7 plus or minus 2. Really, it's about 4 or 5. The important thing here is make your docs chunkable. People are not going to be able to understand everything you tell them the first time. Small pages, small sections are better more often than not. When you have to explain something that's complex, try to break it down in discrete steps and talk about those steps as their individual learning components. And also, where possible, avoid tangents, avoid conditional text. And that's about all I have. There is a bonus slide if you want it later. That's my email. I don't do Slack, I don't do Twitter. I'm kind of a boring guy. But if you email me, I will share this deck with you, or come find me and I'll share my deck with you. Thank you.